are you storing your photos? I kind of think about storing like the same as saving your pictures. I have the number one habit you need to store or save your photos the right way the first time. Hi, I'm Mollie Bartelt, owner of Pixologie, where we have organized, stored, and saved millions of photos over the past 10 years. We help people go from being overwhelmed and frustrated with their pictures to being motivated and confident that they're going to be able to preserve their family's legacy and pass it on. Where are you storing your photos? Leave a comment below. I'd love to know. In today's video, we're going to talk about three things. First of all, I'm going to tell you the main places that you can store photos. And camera cards don't count. All right, then I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of those different places. Finally, I will share that number one habit that will get you on the right path to saving your family memories today so that you can enjoy and share them and know that future generations will have access to your collection. Have you hit the subscribe button here for our channel? Hit that and the bell so that you can be notified when we upload new photos to keep you on track of saving those family photos. All right, let's talk about the choices you have for storing your photos. You have your device, like your phone, right? Your Android or your iPhone. You're storing pictures there, most likely. The second place that you might be storing pictures is in the cloud. And if you're backing up your photos from your phone, I'm sure you are using Google Photos or iCloud or Amazon or something and saving those pictures somewhere in case you lose your phone. The third place that you might have photos is on an external hard drive. Now, typically, external hard drives can be used for two reasons. One, to back up your computer files, or two, to actually store your photo library right on here. So that's a third place that you could potentially be storing your photo collection. The fourth place is your computer, and I am heavily biased to saving photos on your computer, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So those are the four places that typically people are storing pictures. Now, some people are storing pictures in multiple locations, like a few of those options, and keeping track of what's where is where we get into trouble. If you're one of those that has a lot of photos on a lot of different things, you might need a plan, and I'd be happy to talk with you about your photo challenges. See a link below to schedule a time to chat with me. All right, now we're going to talk about the pros and cons of each of these locations. Let's start off with smartphones. Now, there's a few pros to keeping your pictures on your smartphone. It's easy to access and share your newest pictures for sure. And your phone is portable. Like, we literally take our phones with us everywhere. So you always have it. And when you don't, then we have a little panic, right? On your phone, both Android and on an iPhone, you have the potential of creating albums and folder structure to your pictures. So that might be useful if the only place that you'll ever need your pictures is on your phone. But there are quite a few cons to using your phone as the only place for storing pictures. First of all, we have the fact that we're taking pictures of everything, not just meaningful family events. We're taking pictures of food we eat. We're taking pictures of the things we want to buy. We're taking screenshots of information that we want to save. There's so much non-family preservation worthy stuff on your camera roll that it's hard to really, meaningfully look through your pictures and see what your family legacy is. Also, when you upgrade a phone, or worse yet, change to the other side, if you go from an iPhone to an Android or vice versa, you have the potential of ending up with multiple cloud storage accounts and pictures being saved in different places, and you've lost control of your collection. The last thing that I worry about, especially with iPhones, is are your pictures truly being stored on your phone? When you turn backup on, especially on the iPhone, there can be a prompt to optimize your phone's storage. And what that means is Apple will upload the full-size versions up to iCloud and leave you with just a thumbnail version on your phone. Well, knowing what's up in the cloud versus what's on your phone can make for a mess as well. So those are just a few pros and cons for the smartphone. Let's talk about cloud storage, since we just mentioned it in relation to smartphones. Cloud storage is places like Google Photos, iCloud, Dropbox, Amazon, OneDrive. Often people have pictures being uploaded to those different places and they don't even realize it. Now, there are some pros, including the fact that when they're uploaded there, you don't need to save them on your device like your phone or your computer if storage is an issue. You also can access your pictures from anywhere. So if you're traveling, as long as you have access to Wi-Fi, you can access your pictures wherever you go. So that's a big pro. And sharing is probably easier when you have photos in the cloud and you can send somebody a link to your pictures. Now, the person receiving that link, whether or not they know how to use it or what to do with the pictures, is another topic. There are some big cons with using cloud, though, for storing your pictures. It is truly easy to get mixed up with what's being saved where, and I have had to clean multiple accounts out of people who stored pictures in different Google accounts or different iCloud accounts, so you have to be really careful what your usernames and logins are that are connected to your phone. Also, when you want to download your full version pictures from the cloud storage, downloading in batches is really difficult. We don't just have like 100 or 350 photos up in the cloud. No, people have like thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of pictures up in the cloud. If that's the only place that you have your pictures, it is a horrible ordeal to download. Often you can only download 500 or 1,000 pictures at a time. You may not even be getting the full quality photo. And then you have to deal with zipped folders in your downloads, which is a whole nother mess. The last thing about cloud storage is if you don't have access to the internet, you might not have access to your photos. And for me, that's a deal killer. I used to travel a ton up north where there is no internet. Maybe, in 10, 20 years it'll be everywhere, but right now there are remote places, or you can be out of the country without having local access to the internet or a Wi-Fi signal, and you are stuck without having access to your pictures, and I don't like that. All right, let's revisit the external hard drive. I know a lot of people who store their photo collections on external hard drives. It is great so that you don't take up storage on your computer. For sure, that's the biggest pro to using an external hard drive. However, when you're using an external hard drive, you're connected via the cable and your performance can be slower. So if you're dealing with thousands of pictures, it really slows you down and you have to let your folders kind of populate and so you can see all the pictures, and if you're moving things around, I just think it's slower. And then when you're working with an external hard drive as your location for your pictures, I have found that people are not backing up that external hard drive. It means you need to connect another external hard drive and back the contents from your first one to the second one. You could also have an online backup service like Carbonite or iDrive. Backblaze is another one, so you want to make sure that it's being backed up. The final reason that I don't like storing my original collection on an external hard drive is because they can fail. We've had many failed external hard drives here, and I personally have had to pay a lot of money to recover digital files that were on a dead drive. So I worry about that. And then you can lose them. It is really hard to keep track of things, as the years go by. And if you haven't looked at your external hard drive in 3 or 4 years, not only do you have to find it, you have to hope that it's still going to work when you plug it in. Now, not everybody has a bad situation, but you don't want to be the person that does. All right, let's talk about my favorite location, your computer. When you store pictures on your computer, you are in full control of your photo collection. It's easy to work with the folders and files, and you probably have duplicates. It's so much easier to find duplicates with a program when you have everything in one place on your computer. We usually recommend that you have a master family photos folder for the pictures you know are cleaned up and ready to be saved, and then a photos to organize folder for all the things that you need to clean up yet. When you have those 1 or 2 folders with all of your collection in there, it's easy to back them up to an external hard drive, as well as have them be backed up to a cloud backup service like I mentioned before. And lastly, you don't have to be connected to the internet. You can take your laptop. I recommend having a laptop, and you can take it anywhere and work on your pictures, and you have a nice full screen, and it's just, I think, a more enjoyable experience if you get into the mindset of using your computer to manage your photo collection. There are a couple downsides to using your computer, and it's really not a function of the computer or the tech. It's related to your habits. You need to use your computer to work with your pictures routinely so you can remember what you were doing before, what you need to do yet, and how to get to your pictures quickly. You really need a system to follow and to be consistently working with your pictures so that you can know at the end of the year you could make an annual photo book for your family, a calendar for the following year, or a special holiday card with the best photo from the last year. I really believe that when you store pictures on your computer, you are setting yourself up to being able to find your pictures within a few minutes of starting to look for one. But it takes some consistent work with your collection to get there. So how do you get there? Well, the number one habit that you can do today, and I can't emphasize that enough, start today and do this one thing every month. You need to save last month's photos to a folder on your computer. So let's talk about that. Go to your last month's photos, and easily you can just search in your photo library and just search, like right now it's August, so I could search for July 2023 and I'd see all of the pictures that I took. We first will delete all of the unnecessary pictures off of our phone, all right, for the month. Then you're going to connect your phone to your computer with the USB cable, and you are going to copy those photos to a folder. Maybe on your desktop, you could have a master family photos folder, and then inside just make the folder for the month 2023-07. Then you're going to look in that folder and delete out the additional pictures that you don't need to preserve for future generations. You might have some photos, like I have pictures from work. I move those into a different folder. And then I have pictures of food, which I might still want on my phone, but I don't need them to be in my master photos forever. So I'll delete those out. So you clean it out one more time. Then you are left with the folder that has been curated, okay? And how many pictures should you have in there? Who knows? I usually say 100 per month, which would be like 3 per day. If you have a special event like you traveled somewhere, maybe you have more, and maybe those could be another folder. Whatever, at least get in the habit of saving those photos monthly to your computer, and you will be ahead of the game. Now, a further step that you could take, and I highly recommend this, is once that folder is curated and ready, is upload it to an album in forever permanent storage. We are ambassadors for Forever for a reason. We just think it's the easiest way to use and share photos, as well as preserving them for future generations. So here you can see the month albums are accumulating, and in November, I'll be easily able to go make a calendar for 2024. I don't know if I'll get to a photo book, but I have a curated collection that's ready to go. So that's an option, and I've got a link for an intro account below if you'd like to try it out. Do you need some routine motivation to keep on top of your photos? I would love to invite you to check out the Pix Journey group. This is a place where you can get answers to questions, challenges, as well as virtual workshops. You can see the link below to learn more. Organizing and storing photos is actually a lot more work than one would think. If you want to know the dreadful truth about organizing photos once and for all, check this video out next. That's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you the next time.